Welcome to D&D Journey of the 5th Edition. Join us in our campaign and shenanigans as we explore the subterranean labyrinths, plunder hordes of treasure, battle legendary monsters. This podcast will be following our gaming group and the adventures of these characters, as well as a few guests from time to time. Join us as we start a new campaign and our journey to experience the best, and maybe the worst, in the 5th edition of Dungeons & Dragons.
Hi, this is Kelly, aka Trixie from Ragnarok and Roll, assigned to Ragnarok Story, and Tilda Wimblewick from D&D Journey of the 5th Edition. First off, I would just like to say thank you to everyone for listening to our varied adventures, as well as for rating us on iTunes and RPGpodcast.com. If you haven't rated us yet, we would greatly appreciate it if you could. And if you're looking for more ways to support our efforts, we are now on Patreon, a great site where you can help us continue making more podcasts, as well as some special surprises for our patrons. If you can, please look us up at www.patreon.com/cppn. Every little bit helps. And again, thank you for listening.
Welcome back to Goblins of Conquest.
So we left off. As you guys all just clang, 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 and he's at the base of the water, his feet are in the water, his thrashing pseudopods are there, little giggle snorts, glad that she's not being seen apparently right now. And at that exact moment, it is Giggle Snorts. So she's running across the wall to escape ninja style.
I'm on the ceiling.
Don't forget, it'll cost you, because you're on the wall. Okay? So you're upside down, way back over there with your little bow. And your big sack of loot.
Perfect.
So you managed to run past, realizing it just wasn't fast enough to get an attack off on you. What are you going to do?
I'm going to shoot it.
Go for it. You can clearly see it thrashing and moving about. You hit. And just then there's this rush of the water churning, and that's what the AC sound is.
15.
What's that?
15. What did I do to you?
As your arrow goes and separates a section as its head blobs into two different blobs that are trying to just flap together.
Points at the sack of loot.
Then that brings up to our cleric who's been plotting. Actually, does it? Yes, it does. Yeah. The ranger's last.
Quick question.
Okay.
Can I do a bonus spell with a cantrip? Or do I have to do a higher level spell?
What do you mean?
Oh.
What spell?
Oh, I'm going to do a spiritual weapon after I do a cantrip. So.
You're talking the one spell. I think the one spell limit is one spell slot spell.
Well, no,
right?
I just want to make sure that I know sometimes there's a limit.
In a lot of the eventually group, if you do two spells, they both have to be cantrips, which is kind of lame.
That's the books even says the other way.
Yeah, I prefer the one where you can do a bonus cantrip and a level spell.
Okay. So I'm gonna do Sacred Flame.
Okay, so you Sacred Flame. Which I feel confident that my dex will come into play here. But then I'll only roll a 2. So a 5 will not beat your DC, I assume.
No. Oh, only 1 point of damage.
Only 1 point of damage. Yay, I live another round.
But
she rolled I'm
gonna cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay, so where are you putting your little spiritual weapon, which I conveniently have Star Wars dice that
no, I literally just got the casty. That's where the Tinsel Floating Disc came from too.
Nice.
Oh, that is so freaking cool.
I also have a mace version.
Uh-huh.
I want this.
It was a case of I finally had enough spells that warranted me buying the set.
Uh-huh. And it's a cool set.
Yeah.
Oh, we need this, honey.
I mean,
this is awesome. Alright, so let's see.
Are...
I can do 60 feet away, so...
You can play...
Well, you can't see that far. No. Pretty much where it ends, it's underwater. But you can put it right there next to your paladin. So immediately your spiritual weapon, and remind the group what that spiritual weapon looks like.
The spiritual weapon...
It's got all three versions of Big D. Right. And I realized that you get rock, paper, scissors. That's awesome.
I wrote it down.
Four different elemental weapon, Phantom Steed, Mage Hand,
Okay, spiritual weapon is a bloody axe.
A bloody spiritual axe. It's just splashing ectoplasm everywhere that evaporates immediately. But it looks gory as hell.
Right. So let's see. Wings 100.
Very nice.
See, I can make
And
it.
then you create it.
I can do a melee spell attack against a creature.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. So, which dice? Too many choices. Oh, fudge you.
And it is magical. As your wizard is saying, magic attacks work best.
Let's see. So.
Well, if she wasn't listening, that's her problem.
6. That's a 6, right?
That is a 6, yes.
So 11.
So 11 points of damage?
No, I'm saying 11 to hit.
Oh, 11 to hit. So it swings and misses.
You could add to that.
You could do your hobgoblin
I
saving
cannot
face.
because we haven't rested since
Oh.
last
Oh,
night.
that's right. You did it before to save with the face, and your paladin did it for your goblin to save with the face.
Yeah, so
Yes, so you haven't recharged that yet.
no.
It's almost like I'm depleting your resources slowly.
Whiffing it.
Go figure.
Okay, so you swing, and it just like speckles of water hit it and miss.
Yeah, well, there's always next time.
There's always next time. As our ranger,
Yeah.
it's like all ready to like, woo! He sticks his hands up. He's got circlets and bracers on his hands. He's like, "What are you guys doing over there?"
I move over there because I'm concerned about it also like getting if it gets away. I'm gonna put a hunter's mark on it now.
Oh, so can I turn invisible in water? Basically, is what
I
you're
can at least kind of keep a track of where it is.
Okay, so your eerie hunter's mark is upon it.
Yeah, and then I will use one of my +1 arrows.
Okay,
and
the good shit.
Yeah, and fire that at it.
Okay. So are you going to get closer because you can barely see it right now?
Oh, I can barely see.
You don't want to roll a disadvantage, do you?
How close do I need to get?
That's close enough, I'll say, because it's a slow sloping stairs.
Okay.
He wants you within range.
Oh no. Which one was the better? Which one?
I just don't want him having to roll a disadvantage with the +1 arrow. That would suck.
That would be a 22.
22 will hit. As immediately your arrow's all charged up with the goodness.
18 points of magical piercing.
And as you're being dragged, because the pseudopod is wrapped around you, you're bouncing down with it on you, and it's just like... The ranger comes up. With his bow. And you see it's one of the special arrows. Because you're on your ass, so you're looking backwards. And immediately he lets the arrow go, and it flies down here. And for a second, you're like, please don't be a natural one. Please don't hit me between the eyes.
I got you!
It's not a mercy kill. And his arrow shoots through the center of the water weird. And immediately you just see this like void around the arrows that's coming through. It's just destroying the cohesiveness of the water weird. As all of a sudden you are drenched in water as the water weird just explodes against the ceiling and the wave slaps you down in the face. And you just feel that like any second you could slide deeper into this water. As it obviously seems to be destroyed. In a fashion that could only be called some kind of weird planar magic stuff, probably. As it explodes.
And so I don't sense it anymore because of my mark.
You do not see it. It is exploded.
It is not like hiding from that. Okay.
It only needed 8 more points to explode, and you exploded a whole bunch more than that.
Man.
And then you're just looking at the glowing bloody axe hovering over your head.
I could have, but worst I could have rolled was a 7 for damage.
So you guys, you realize it's dripping grotesquely water. Anything special our wizard's gonna do?
Is there any remnants in the water there?
It's completely equal with the water. When it blends in, you can't tell. It's almost like it's really just made of water.
Right.
As you're seeing where its body is hitting the mucky green water and it just immediately gets polluted and blended in with the funky water. Oh, thank you. I'm going to take it.
I thought you guys were looking for stuff like this.
water in blackness.
Blank stare, and then he looks down at the
There was-
bags.
I gave you
Bags full of shinies.
The fact that he's got some circlets hanging off his arms.
I gave you presents. I don't know why you're complaining.
She has a point.
We're alive.
Well, there is that. It's kind of important.
Yeah.
But it's a good thing I knew what it was, or else we'd all be dead.
Your wizardly knowledge saved the day.
Obviously. Had it not been for my, intelligence.
What's that?
His intelligence or intelligence in general?
In my case, I was asking like, what's intelligence? I was insulting myself with that.
So what are you all doing as the poor paladin is sitting there soaked to the bone?
I'm gonna try to carefully kind of walk up to the water's edge.
Okay, go ahead and give me a dex save at disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage.
Yeah, the eroded slipperiness
well,
is
here,
the
I'll
disadvantage
use-
part.
Oh, awesome. My worst roll is a 23.
Holy shit!
I
As this
had a natural
the
20 out of
goblin
17.
like tippy toes dancily down there right next to you, like, why did you fall down? Of course, to him, what to you is slippery steps are about twice the size of his foot.
Right.
And that'd be what happened to you?
As he launches you in the water.
Yeah, I'm gonna sort of inspect the water from here.
Okay.
Investigate, I guess.
Yeah.
Then for this one.
You fall down, go boom.
I was being so careful that I got a 2.
A 2.
Oh no, 1.
It-
Okay.
A 1, but not a natural one.
No, it was a natural one.
It was a natural one?
Yeah, I thought I had a +1. That's why I said 2. But I
So
don't have a 0.
immediately, he danced all the way down there next to you, and he starts investigating the water. And he looks in the water. And then all of a sudden, one of the gold circlets hanging off one of his ears like pulls his weight forward and sploosh. As you realize the steps continue on probably for about, you can figure out just from the water when you're bouncing down there, for another 10 feet, then they level
Gotta
out.
go swimming again.
I started doggy
That
paddling.
was a good time.
Yeah. All right. I deserve that.
But thankfully, you bob back up pretty
Yeah.
quick without needing to actually do anything.
I don't fall very far.
Yeah. So you can easily tell them that, hey, it goes about 10 feet deeper, then it levels out.
I found the stairs.
Okay.
Found where the stairs end.
So it goes 10 feet deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not that
As
tall.
you all are saying, just stand up.
So Giggle Snort's gonna climb across the ceiling, and we're just gonna hang off of her as she goes.
The ceiling goes with the stairs like this.
Oh.
And then there's water.
Oh, it actually.
That's why the tunnel ends there. Is basically
okay.
You guys are going this way, and then it goes
swim
this
down.
way.
We're underwater no matter what.
Yeah.
Or you guys can go back to where you came from. I mean,
No, I'm gonna take a deep breath and kind of dive underwater and see what I can see. Look from under the water. That'd be an 8.
okay, it's super
investigation.
cloudy. You feel that it goes a good distance, so it's going to be a good swim. You feel, especially when you go underwater and immediately your dark vision turns on and everything's just soup.
Yeah. I kind of again.
So it's a
I bob my head back up and relay that.
It might not be that far that you would worry about suffocating, because 1 minute's a long time in D&D drowning terms.
No, we got like 15 feet. I forget. Swimming's half speed or a third speed?
Third speed.
Third speed. So 10.
That's why creatures with swim speed are really powerful underwater.
You can get 100 feet off our movement.
Trust me. And I see shenanigans. The water races know that they have an advantage over you in the water. You can swim to the ladder. They can swim to the ladder and climb it.
Mm-hmm.
So how far to the other side?
He doesn't know
I
for sure.
don't know. It's pretty.
What do you tell them?
I
You can
tell
lie.
them what I can, which is like
Okay.
it goes a good ways. I'm not good with numbers.
Y'all are the
Or-
nicest,
not yeah.
you're
I'm
the
not good with
nicest
estimating
evil
distance.
race ever.
I'm not good. I mean, they're fellow goblinoids, so it's common evil.
If they survive the swim, they'll eat you. Is what you really say.
My alignment is CE, so it's common evil.
Okay. So is someone gonna try to swim across?
Well, I think someone needs to start drinking.
Is that an athletics?
That would be an athletics.
Fill up on some water because we got to get through here. And I'm not
Maybe
so.
I'll
a
attempt
disadvantage
to swim.
because of her bag.
Not gonna nail on that yet.
I'm gonna attempt the swim.
Okay. You want better than not. Remember when you almost drowned before in 10 feet of water? I'm just reminding you, as you get a flashback when you almost drowned in that boat and the bugbear dropped you in the water.
I never intentionally did any of that.
12, sorry.
Okay. So Giggle starts, she dives down and swims a little bit, and she
Gets halfway there, runs out of air, goes back.
She disappears from sight from you guys. So anybody gonna follow her?
I will follow her.
Okay. Now remember, your athletics is a disadvantage because you're wearing heavy duty armor. But you're already wet, so that should be even it out, right?
No, I'm thinking the chainmail's gonna go in the bag.
So you're gonna peel off your armor instead?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're basically taking the time to start uncoifing yourself.
While he's doing that, I'll go ahead and try to swim.
Okay.
14.
14? Okay, you jump in and swimming, and he kind of is like starting to pass you a little. You know, you guys have gone about 10 feet from where the water hits the ceiling, and you're swimming forward. Definitely feels like there's more water ahead. Anyone going after the goblins have now disappeared into the waves.
I realize I should have done something before. Too late now. Leave a rope trail behind us.
You could have dropped a rope out and spelunks.
I already declared I dove in.
So the goblins have dove in the water.
My mace has 20 feet of bright light and then 20 feet additional dim light. So,
So you're gonna dive in? No.
I'm just sticking my...
She sticks her mace in the water,
It's a 40-foot flashlight.
and immediately you get this
40-foot
green,
flashlight.
mossy glow that all of a sudden lights your guys' way, so you're seeing the outline of the walls and the floor and the ceiling as you're swimming.
Do we have a better idea of how long we have to go?
You have a ways to go before you see any stairs. Probably now that you have light, it's about a 30-foot swim before it looks like you see your first step in the muck. And then after that, everything gets hazy after 30 feet. Because, of course, it's like fog in this soup.
Alright.
After 40 feet.
After 30 feet from where they went blip. So they're only a third of the way to where they think it might go up. If that side matches this side.
I'm waiting.
Okay, so you're
That's
waiting?
what you should be.
Okay, so next round, we'll go ahead and let you do your athletics. 12. So she's like doggy paddling
I'm
in the
sorry,
water.
11.
11?
I don't know why I'm not napping today.
I got a 12.
You got a 12. So you guys are like keeping up with each other. It's this adorable underwater goblin adventure happening in the green water that's glowing now from behind you guys. You see this orb of light that's glowing everything. Our paladin now has his suit, sufficiently taken off so he won't be disadvantaged.
Okay.
His armor class is feeling very weak right now. Shield on his back. Okay, so you're diving
15.
in?
Yeah.
15?
Yeah.
Okay, so he dives in all Captain America style and swims, and you see up ahead there's two little goblin feet kicking ahead of you.
Just two? Between the two of
Two
them?
little pairs
two
of goblin
sets.
feet. Okay, so the two of you guys are just waiting out there still?
I am considering, because I think that technically, if my owl were to sit on my book and then grab it, and go into its pocket dimension, I can go with it. I can have it. Just put it in that dimension until I get out.
That's what you think. I mean, you've yet to try it.
Keep your book dry.
You see what I'm saying? I want to protect the book. if he's clasping it, he can take it with him.
Oh, I can see that going.
So instead of it getting wet, it's lost in a pocket dimension.
Theoretically,
So airport baggage.
well, because you can send the creature to.
It can die and you can resummon it. It's the same body.
No, you can actually have
But
it.
what it dies with, you may not get back.
Or you can just try your best to wrap it in some of your hides in your bag and.
As an action, you can temporarily dismiss your familiar. It disappears into a pocket dimension where it awaits your summons. Alternatively, you can dismiss it forever. It's not what I'm planning to do. As an action, while it's temporarily dismissed, you can cause it to reappear in an unoccupied space within 30 feet of you. So,
You can try your experiment rather than making your poor owl swim through water.
One spell. I guess it just says 11A out of 11.
Arcana roll to see if I know that whether it's going to be.
I will give you an Arcana roll at disadvantage because this is all magical theory. All of a sudden you're like, why didn't I try this earlier?
So that's a 15.
15? You pretty much think only the magical summonedness will go away, not anything. Like if you were to put magic rings on it, those would be left behind. I'm gonna steal the 3rd edition version of that, where any summoned gear and stuff goes away with it,
All right, so
or it doesn't go away with it. It gets left behind for you to put in your pocket.
I'm going to, as an action, I'm going to dismiss the familiar so that, when I summon it,
It won't be
doesn't
wet.
have to deal with all this.
He gives you the look, the nod.
And then I am going to.
Elemental.
Battle axe is cool.
Elemental weapons is also part of the set.
Oh, that's awesome.
So here's the elemental.
Oh, the bow is cool.
Yeah.
That is so freaking cool.
Like I said, it was hard to justify at first.
Until you realize all the cool things you get.
I had like maybe one spell, one of them could apply. Now I've got enough higher level characters that do a bunch of different things.
So what you're saying is I gotta put that set on my Christmas wish list.
Mm.
So when Kelly asks to see my wish list.
I mean, hey, you got the arcane gate.
Is that this one?
Yes. Yeah.
Nice.
Hey. I think it's been added to your wish list.
No, it's added to the shopping cart.
Even more dangerous.
On payday, hit buy.
Yep.
Alexa.
Okay.
So I'm going to wrap it up as tightly and well as I can.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a roll with your proficiency bonus. I have faith in you.
To swim or to wrap it?
To wrap it.
Big one.
Just get a 10 or better with your proficiency bonus.
Oh, see, that's good.
I have faith in you.
You're going to take away my spell rate.
You're terrified of this. It's adorable. It's like you're summoning the mojo for this.
I got a 5.
You got a 5? So you're pretty sure you wrapped it up nicely as you look at your pet and go, and it fades away to its place, and you got your spell book all wrapped and shoved in your pack.
Yeah.
Okay,
all right.
So.
Oh, that's cool too.
Well, at least I could still melee if I don't have spells.
So you're watching the wizard, bugbear wizard's wrapping his spell book up in some leathers, as only a bugbear can. And meanwhile, underwater, go ahead and give me an athletics roll.
I don't like the way you say that.
As you're getting close to the stage.
Oh my god!
What'd you get?
10! I just keep getting worse.
You got a 10 or better, which is enough not to start drowning.
That's good.
So
13.
13. So you two basically reach the first step, and you realize it does go up it'll be about 10 feet before you break water. And then who knows what's on the other side. So how about our paladin give us a roll there?
17.
17? Okay. So
He
you're
got there
swimming.
before us somehow?
Well, no, he's
I mean,
he's not doing any double move.
He's already dressed back up in his armor by the time we get there.
And you know, our bugbear has wrapped up his book and he's ready to get wet if need be.
I just don't feel comfortable about that. That's all I need is to lose my spell book.
It's completely sensible that a bugbear would be terrified about losing his book. You finally learned to read a book.
23?
So your athletics, as you dive in like nobody's business, and with these big gorilla arms, you cut the distance. I'm saying you made 20 feet of movement forward. As you're just a hint behind the paladin right now, and so you've seen the bugbear dive in, splash water all over you.
In all his graceful glory.
All of a sudden, this haunting wind comes down from the hallway over here.
Yeah, my biggest. Okay, so am I gonna have to dismiss my pet, or can it follow?
You're a zombie; it can try to follow you.
Okay.
I'm dead.
It's not like it has to breathe.
It'll so
No,
drown.
No, it's just whether or not it would. I'm having some very bad EQ flashbacks. Okay.
The path
It's gonna hit the wall and just be sitting there running against the wall trying to follow you.
Or it'll do wow pathing where it'll actually go the complete opposite direction, find the way around, and come back
and
from
train
this way,
you.
and train the whole zone to you.
EQ did that too.
Yeah, EQ was notorious about that. It'll catch until it glitches, and the glitch brings everything.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the thing is, if I have to put the mace away, and I won't be able to see. Neither will they.
You can swim with your mace.
I don't have a lanyard.
Just keep it in your hand. You can hold on to it while swimming.
Or put it in your belt.
Put it in your teeth. Arr!
Well, see, I thought about hanging it off my belt, but then I wouldn't have that connection to keep it lit.
You can, we'll say you can hold on to it, so it's safely lit. You're doing the classic swimming with the lantern, and you're not wearing heavy armor.
I'm going to take a strap of leather to make sure it's staying with me, though.
Okay, so you're afraid if you roll less than a 5 and you start dropping shit in
That's
water.
correct.
Well, you're not going to miss the light source being left behind. You'll be like,
What? Oh no! All of a
why
sudden,
did it get dark?
The question is whether or not you can hold your breath long enough.
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, so
went
you're
out,
the-
she's
Oh.
did make it.
So, what was your athletics roll with that 2 that you rolled?
Three.
So close to a 20.
A 3.
A 3? So
I'm
immediately, you kind of like, you're glad you're the last one there, because you kind of do this, and you slam against that water, and you just burn for a few seconds. As you realize you're still in ankle deep water, and you made no headway whatsoever. And then you kind of look back and you feel that your spiritual weapon and your zombie that's just going are both judging you like the wizard would if he could have seen this.
You can hear Tide's words in your head. That's the best you got.
And he's like,
Whoa, that was so eventful.
Thank God that wasn't a 1.
as you all kind of realize there's a fluctuation in the light, but it just seems to be a trick of the light.
Yeah.
A trick of the light.
You do that again, you're in there.
So Giggle Snort, you see that you've only got like 10 feet of movement to go. You got stairs that you
Trade
climb
out my
into.
dice.
So you can Baywatch that shit, and climb up those stairs.
Swishing your hair.
I just died.
As all of a sudden Giggle Snort is so excited, she looks at our ranger, and she goes, and you just see all of her air bubbles coming out as she starts to panic.
And then you lose all yours because you're laughing at her.
Yeah, let's see.
As sadly, Giggle Snort is drowning at this moment with her natural 1.
Oh my God.
I gotta catch my breath first.
Okay, so what did you get?
I got an 18.
You get an 18. So you're coming up
Yeah.
Baywatch style with
Yeah.
the steps there. Now, are you climbing out of the water? Because you have just enough movement to get out of the water if you'd like to get up on the steps. Or you want to just get your head above?
Yeah, I think I just want to get my head above the water. That would maybe I can help grab Giggle Snort.
Okay. Unfortunately, she's out of reach.
Yeah.
You got that last 10 feet. You're like, don't die! As you're seeing just where the ceiling comes
If
up.
nothing else, my body will float to the surface and travel along the ceiling.
Yeah, I'm gonna if any I might set myself up to dive 5 feet down, help grab her, and pull her up.
Okay.
I'm still trying to figure out goblins and Baywatch.
So it's our paladin's turn. If
just
you would
over.
like to roll athletics with disadvantage, you could grab on.
Or it's just the top of our heads on all the running scenes.
The disadvantage is she's drowning, and you're seeing all the air coming out of her as she's panicking. Are you willing to grab her?
The horror part is I just rolled a natural 20.
20 would get you to the surface.
Oh!
What did you get?
20.
Both were natural 20s.
Man, he was just kicking for all he's worth.
It's almost like you don't want her to die.
Go back to
As you are one arm swimming, looking as you're swimming by this way, and she's like, I'm just slew of air. As you're just like, how do you grab her, pull her along?
By the sack.
Okay, you grab her by the sack. No half sack here. He's grabbing you full sack and gliding now Baywatch style with you in his hands as he steps up. Are you coming out of the water or just getting your heads above water?
I'll come out of the water.
Okay, give me
Complete the whole Baywatch.
Give me a dex save at disadvantage
Oh.
as you realize the
Ah! Uberus.
So what'd you get?
He's gonna get double.
A dex, I got a 3, which is a natural 1.
Well, it's not a natural one. It's just a 3, which goes down to a dirty 1.
No, it was a 1 with a +2 dex.
Okay, so immediately our paladin comes out holding the
Draws me
goblin,
and I die.
and you look up at him like, you saved me, my hero. He looks really cool. Until all of a sudden he steps, and the both of you see the ceiling as he comes flying back. And since it was a 1, I will roll a little damage for him, not for you.
Well, I would have landed on him anyway, and he's not
As you take 1 point of damage, your back slams into the water, sort of like you did, with more pain. As the goblin is floating on you. Okay. And then far behind, our bugbear sees them all disappear. The light is still glowing behind you.
Yeah. 16.
Okay, you're getting to where the goblins just were at the foot of the stairs that you're just about to go up. As you see this big splash right above you. And it clearly looks like the paladin's outline with a shield, very familiar on his back,
Right.
hitting the water. As you're like, wow, it must be slippery up there.
It's graceful as
So what does
swan.
our cleric get? She's swimming. Did you warm up the dice you wanted?
I hope so.
Take a chance.
And that's with athletics, so
Oh.
19.
19. You're swimming. You see the bugbear up ahead of you. You see some commotion of water moving.
Right? Like, what belly burn? I don't know what you're talking about.
As in the water, there's. Give me an athletics roll at disadvantage for your zombie.
Oh, lordy.
He'll eventually get there. It'll just take some time.
So, using my...
He's basically +1
Okay, so...
for
7.
strength. Okay, he is lumber, as of course, to let you know the
He's
honest
slowly
truth.
walking
As soon as you dove in, he kind of fell down the stairs into the water because you don't want to know what his dex is.
It's from the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
Right.
As he slowly sinks,
just
he's
walk.
trying to keep up with you.
He slowly walks across
He's
the...
walking on the bottom.
Okay. So, Giggle Snort, would you like to climb off the paladin? You can clearly just walk right off him with your spider boots.
Yes. I do
So
that.
Giggle Snort gets up on your chest and kind of walks off your foot onto the steps using her spider climb boots. Our goblin sitting there, you're like this in the water.
Yeah.
Your big ears and nose as you saw the
I'm
timber. Are you climbing out?
Yeah, I'm gonna climb out
Okay.
of the water.
You can just climb. You know,
Okay.
you do need to give me that dex save.
Okay, that's what I'm ready to do.
Okay.
And disadvantage though?
At disadvantage because it's so eroding.
Let's see. Cool. That's a dex save.
Yep.
Okay. That's even better.
It's something you're good at.
Why my math? 19.
19. You immediately like, and you're climbing up, looking at the paladin, slowly sinking. So he's got water like up to his ears. It's like, this is what I get for being a hero. So, are you gonna climb out?
I'm going to attempt.
Okay. So just need a dex save. Come on, you can do worse. You rolled a natural 1 again?
Yes. Yeah.
Different dice. Different dice.
Yeah. You can do worse. It could be 2 natural ones.
Here, let's give you the cool D&D dice. Those are from when D&D Next came out. So 3 points of damage. You kind of like, you get up, and then your knee hits one of those steps, and you get bounced back into the water. Just as the bugbear is coming up, and he sees the in the water. Go ahead and give me your athletics roll as you're coming out. I mean, what's the worst that happens? You roll a 1 and get hit by the paladin?
Next you're gonna do really.
What'd you get?
No.
Fuck you, Jim.
When I use the mojo at the most important moment, as the bugbear is swimming, and just as he is like 8 foot tall after all of a sudden the paladin mashes right into his face. As the bugbear takes 2 points of damage, as there's just a trickle of blood in the water at his nose, as the paladin's like back of his shield smashes him.
Which backpack do I have?
Fuck me.
And far behind, because you're good, remember,
Okay,
you're about good 20 feet behind. Go ahead and give me your athletics roll. As you're seeing lots of commotion happening.
6.
As you just, for a few seconds, you must be like looking really intently because you're doing this and not going anywhere. But you're not panicking yet, man. You're seeing lots of commotion going on up there that you're like, maybe I shouldn't swim very fast. As slowly behind you, there's this magic axe floating in the water behind you. You know, and then your zombie's way behind, just like kind of swishing in the water like a little washing machine churn.
There you go.
Okay? So, our goblins.
Because I'm small and I only have a strength of 13. Do I see anything over here that I might be able to tie a rope off to?
Give me a quick perception. There might be.
That would be a 6.
A 6, nope.
It had to make that extra little
If you
jump to
roll
suit.
12 or better, I'd say, yeah, you found a good spot.
Yeah.
I
don't find a spot. I'm going to try to hold the rope though. I'm gonna throw.
So you're throwing a rope to the paladin.
I'm gonna run the rope down the.
The smallest helps the mightiest.
Yeah. I'm just going to go ahead
boy.
and. Yeah. Oh, I know.
I'll help you.
I'm gonna be okay.
Okay, so immediately he
All
throws
right.
the rope and she grabs onto
All right,
it.
I know. I was hoping I could find something to tie off to. I didn't have.
Don't tie off to me, but
I didn't have a pin.
As he wraps it around
Yeah.
her waist.
Yes. Yeah. I considered that. I honestly did consider.
Okay, so
Yes,
so
spider
dear
boots.
paladin,
Sticky boots.
you can go ahead and climb the stairs holding onto the rope, not at a disadvantage, because they gave you a rope which would have given you advantage, but you have disadvantage, so it's a straight dex roll.
Like it's bad enough. 18.
18. So they throw you the rope and you catch it, and you kind of look at them, and they kind of look away from you. We're like, we're not seeing this, and you hold onto the rope and you easily get to the top of the stairs.
And you will now be made fun of for the rest of your life.
As our bugbear friend, who's still at the bottom of the
Next time
pool,
you're underwater?
with
Can I
a
see
bloody
you drop?
nose, he's like, what?
You
what
will.
the hell?
Does Alan want to help?
Athletics or dex?
Athletics.
I'll die old age for the revenge.
13.
So 13, the bugbear's head pops at the water. Do you wish to climb up, or do you want to just have your head
Do you
above
want to
water?
help with the rope?
You could grab the rope. I mean, now that all four of you are holding the
Yeah,
rope,
yeah.
what's the worst that happens?
I know. No, yeah,
You
no.
might want to change dice at this moment. I threw it out there, karmically speaking.
Don't do it.
Yeah, I'm going to grab the rope. So, 13 13.
13. Okay, so you're kind of pulling yourself up, and he's coming up right behind you for the rope still tied as the bugbear's grabbing it. Okay, go ahead and give me an athletics roll for a little.
I look
bit.
down at you and say, "We'll never speak of this."
Oh, good save.
So 17.
You're swimming like a champ to catch up. You notice the bugbear's feet plop up out of the
gave it
water,
a
and
performance
they're
and
all
I'm
up
sure
there.
I agree.
You two will definitely
I
never
did-
speak of it.
I had fun. I had fun. We talking with literally. We just had like Gaston. We were trying to like have him boast about this thing. You know, as a kid, we're learning information and stuff like that. So I did a performance roll just to see if like I did really good on the performance. Like I was ready to do like if I did bad. It's like, sure, I believe you. Yeah, awesome. All right.
And pretty much as she's swimming down in the water, she's almost up. The two of you, with the goblin's help, get to the top of the stairs. And immediately, as you guys see the goblins, and you're walking up, and right behind the goblins by about a good, what do we get, 20 feet?
Mm-hmm.
Out of that corner right there materializes this dark, gaseous humanoid form with long, predominant elf ears, and nothing from the waist down except for wafting smoke that's coming out of the wall. And you clearly, both of you see this. They don't see this because they're helping you guys. And there's some splashing from your cleric under the water still coming out. Just want to let you guys know that. Did you want to scream to panic and roll initiative now? Or just continue in the same order for one more round? And that's a good place to wrap it up there.
Thank you for listening to the Creative Play and Podcast Network. And feel free to enjoy our other shows, such as D&D Journey of the 5th Edition and Scion Ragnarok and Roll, a Scion hero to Ragnarok story. Thank you for listening.
Hello, this is Eric.
And Wendy Strock with Stone Valley Hobby and Games.
We sell board games, card games, role-playing games, and supplies. We have thousands of Magic the Gathering cards available, carry Kickstarter products, and work with veteran-owned small businesses to bring you our own line of products.
We are a small business retailer, but we offer competitive prices, a loyalty system, and free shipping on orders over $100.
As a military veteran myself, I'm a strong supporter of our armed forces, their families, and contractors out there doing the hard job. So any order from an AA, AE, or EP address will be shipped absolutely free.
Remember, StoneValleyGames.com, where we take your leisure seriously.